Welcome to Deep Thought. Reading is powerful. Reading is powerful. I'm going to tell you what, and this is kind of an extension of what I was talking about book banning. And, one of the things when you read, as I said in the previous episode, you're having a conversation with someone who has a level, either a level of expertise or a very strong opinion. Both are good, because you might not like that. You might disagree with what somebody has written. There's no problem with that, but it's still how they're thinking, and indeed that influences other people. And something I ain't even covered in the last episode when I was talking about book banning. Think about how powerful a book is in the reading of it. I'll use one very powerful. Well, two. Think about how much they dominate the world. Two books. The Bible, the Quran. How many people are adjusting their lives? How many political systems, economic systems are influenced by just two books? And so we ain't gonna bring the thousands, millions probably that's been in print. In fact, I remember seeing somewhere where it was said that the printing press was probably one of history's greatest inventions. That's powerful. Indeed, in countries where they overthrow the government, some of the first people they arrest are the writers and the journalists, writers. Because what is all of it? What is reading ultimately? You reading something, what's it doing? It's stimulating you mentally. It's giving you ideas. Ideas are powerful. A single idea can topple governments. A single idea can change whole cultures. That's how powerful it is. Like, if you can read, it stimulates your thoughts. You having a conversation, indirect conversation with the author of a book. They're telling you something. In fact, I've had people to read my stuff and say, I felt like you were talking to me. And it's powerful. And especially I'm not big on electronic books and everything. I like just the old fashioned books, because then I can look at something and I'm like knowing what's going on. Indeed, there's been some books I've read in the past year that suggest a lot about the future and what's coming. And, and it was like a perspective. Oh, okay. But then, of course, like I said in the last episode, I do read things that go against my belief system. But then I'm seeing the other side. So I know I'm seeing the whole picture and everything. But all of it comes down to reading. I'm going to tell you what, one of the most powerful things when I really learned how to read, and I learned at a regular age, around the age of 5. Right? That's when I started to read, but got real talented with it, because by the time I was in the 6th grade, I could read on a graduate school level. So not only read, but understand. And then I'm going to tell you what, I talked about book banning being about control, but another thing is having so many young men and women out here who can't read at their grade level. Let me say that again. So many. And that's a problem to me. That is a problem. In my view, school should be about doing reading, writing, and arithmetic. The 3 R's. Even though technically, writing is spelled with a W and arithmetic is an A. But y'all know what I mean. But I want y'all to think about that for a second. Reading. How powerful that is. How powerful that because reading is not just reading the words on the paper, but understanding what you're reading. How powerful it is. In fact, a dangerous thing is a library card. A dangerous thing. Brother Muzan in the legendary show The Wire said that. What's real dangerous? He said, what's dangerous? An N-word with a library card. It's like, And that's true, because you have all that knowledge right there. If you can read something, you got to understand it. It affects your ideas, where you're going. And then you can make decisions. It influences your school of thought because you're learning something. Think about it. That's powerful. That's powerful. But then that's why you guys forces, not only trying to control what you read, but really not making an effort at literacy. And indeed, that's in this country, that's an old thing, because there was a time when prisoners of war, colloquially known as slaves, people could get punished for teaching them how to read, because they knew they would read and that would empower them. And you still got the same thing now, just not directly. Because let's just be real, you got schools, especially in some more blighted areas, the teacher's not making an effort to teach them how to read. And man, I have a friend who's a college professor, and she was saying she was saddened at the reading abilities of her students. So it's just like, wow. But it's that powerful. Like if I would insist on anything, I always say hypothetically, if I were to become president, I'll say my platform would be focused mainly on education, and especially reading. That's the main thing. You know, the ability to read. You know, one thing that struck me with my son, he actually taught himself how to read. In fact, he could read in other languages. Oh, Lord. But that's the thing. But it's a powerful thing. And you know what I would say to anyone? You can always, this is so powerful. You can always improve yourself. You know, read about Malcolm X when he was in prison, reading a word from the dictionary every day, just having an understanding. Look how powerful he became. Look how many he influenced. I mean, it's a powerful thing. To me, that could be an issue too with how everybody's so stuck online. They want to see the videos and everything, but not really reading. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes, but never a good thing if you have a critical mass of people who can't read well. It really isn't. So literacy is powerful on so many levels. Just, the right book can provide the stimulation for somebody to change, like I said, change a whole system. That's how powerful it is. I want y'all to think about that, all right? Think about that. So, anyway, that's all I have for now. I want y'all to think about that and go to the library, get that library card and everything. Find where the nearest commercial bookstore is to you. Now, in all fairness, part of my school of thought, I'll spend a hot date in a bookstore. All they need is a cafe. So anyway, I want y'all to really think about that and think about your own reading skills and everything, all right? So that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.